you've had a few wins at the Indy 500. The first three, then there was that little bit of a gap, and each one of those has got to be just spectacular and amazing. But to have won it with a relatively small, almost still independent team, that had to be just phenomenal.
Eric, that was awesome.
There's a 4-time win on the line for Helio Castroneves. Look at the crowd. They know history's on the line. Welcome to the 4-time club, Helio Castroneves. That is awesome. Spider-Man is back at the Speedway.
As I mentioned, Team Penske spent so many years with them. You come to a team and they tell you what to do. And all of a sudden, Mike Shank and Jim Meyer, incredible guys. Not only incredible, Jim is an incredible business person, CEO, or former CEO of Sirius XM. But Mike Shank, a guy that bet everything, started as a race car driver, even put his house in mortgage to keep it going. And today, the way he built the whole entire, not only on the IMSA side, but on the IndyCar side, it's just incredible. So super happy to have owners that are passionate about that. That's my wife, by the way. Sounded the police. I want to make sure.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a Columbia wife. She's always on top, tracking you where you at. But anyway, fiery. But it was so good to have two guys that are passionate about it, and a group of guys as well. Even that we might not have the Team Penske capability of equipment, but we have something that a lot of teams don't have, that, which is heart and passion.
And chemistry.
Yeah.
We
were able to put all these things together and give Mike his first win, and give myself the fourth one was a dream come true.
We have Helio Castroneves' road course car, same thing for the Grand Prix. And the final car down here is Helio's car from last year that he won the Indianapolis 500 that we are actually running again this year because we love the car so much. And then if it wins for a fifth time, then we're going to officially retire it. But this is a great car. We're really proud of it. And it's a little piece of American history right here, actually. We have what we call a build book. It is a Bible. It's actually a Bible. And we know that if you do these 25 things, we're going to have a pretty successful Indianapolis 500. And we live and die by that book. And it comes in, and they sit right here. You see them right here, actually.
I can't thank Mike and Jim and the entire group to be able to do that. And now we're going to continue going. We have a long way ahead of us to continue build that small team to be a big team.
And I have to tell you, when you won, the fourth, obviously, I've been a huge fan, ever since I was announcing it in the Indy Light Series. But I also had this very strong feeling for Mike, because I announced him when he was racing in Atlantic in his own little program.
Oh, wow.
And so to see the steps he took, and then to you two pairing up, getting the fourth, getting his Indy 500 win, it was magical for real fans.
Magic for everyone. And I tell you what, Eric, I'm not saying here just because I'm here with you, but we have a great chance to do something that nobody did. This year was close. 2022 was close. Started a little bit too much further back. Unfortunately, other teams were a little bit more strong on speed, but the setup of the car was still fantastic. And I feel that next year we're going to have a great chance to be battle for another win.
Does the four-time winner get to 5 wins?
I don't see one on. Like I said, records are made to be broken.
I like this already.
Pretty good endorsement.
You guys got that? All right, good.
The desire's there.
The desire's still there very much.
If it's your day, it's your day.
That's right.
And I don't care what they say.
What do you think, Al? Can he get number 5?
Well, I think so if he behaves.
For me, it's an honor, and I'll do everything I can to do another one, because, again, it's special for me to be here treating among the gods of racing, and I just feel humbled to be here.
I have to make a little confession here. I announced you when you were running Indy Lights back in the day. I was doing a lot of track announcing at Detroit and at the two Canadian races.
That was yesterday.
That was very recent, very recent, because we're both incredibly young. Talk about how you got from where you grew up and the like to racing Indy Light and eventually racing Indy cars in the U.S.
Well, basically, it's interesting. in Brazil, Formula One was always one of the biggest motorsport, let's put it this way. And we have an amazing heroes. We're talking about Nelson Piquet, Emerson Fittipaldi, Ayrton Senna, of course. So my goal was to follow the same way. Rubens Barrichello came afterwards, Gilles de Ferran, and you name it, all the rest of it. So my goal was just to continue in that direction. And I actually, when I was in England, one of the sponsors that I had back then was Philip Morris, and they said, we will do this Brazilian team in America, and we would like you to test for us. And if you pass, we can sponsor you over there. I'm like, America? Here I go. Got my bag and went to America. And I remember 1995 or 6 actually, because 95 I was racing in England. I did the test, and a team named Tazo Motorsport with Steve Horn. It was only two spots available. I couldn't run much. I hurt my ribs driving go-karts. When you're young, you do stupid things sometimes. And so I was able to do only a few laps. However, those few laps was good enough to impress Steve. And Steve basically was the guy who said, like, you know what? I'll make a third car for you. Because even if you complete the test, it's not fair for the other ones that are doing the whole test.
Right.
So we got 2 guys. Tony Kanaan was one of them. Louis De Palma was another one. And I ended up getting the 3rd seat, which they came up with a different car. So it was great. That's how my career started here in America. And I tell you what, it was great because I fall in love with the sport, fall in love with the American perspective of if you have a chance, you go for it. Not all about who do you know or politics, let's put it this way. Politics, you have it everywhere. But for me in this position, it was more like, if you have speed, you're going to go far, and that's how I ended up going.
Opportunity.
Big time.
Give the opportunity, and if you can deliver,
you make it happen.
Then you're in. Looking at that logo on your driver's suit here, you were one of the founding members of the Concours Club, which is down at
number 4.
Number 4.
That's
wow.
Which
So very
is number 4.
There you go. That worked out beautifully, didn't it? You're here, obviously, working with the folks from the Concours Club. It's a sponsor of Ferrari Challenge, but I also know it's a passion of yours. And let's first talk a little bit about the connection with the Concours Club. The concept behind that whole thing is phenomenal.
Well, first of all, great to be here. What a beautiful place, by the way, Turn 1. I've been coming here to Sonoma, by the way, for so many years. This is the first time that I'm actually in this building, in this amazing spot here, so which is incredible, by the way. This place is awesome, so it's great to be back here at Sonoma. And let me tell you, the connection and with the Concours Club is absolutely amazing. First, they have an amazing group of people, amazing team. My dad always told me, involved and get yourself surrounded by amazing people, because that's what your life is going to becoming better and better. And it's true, you want to be surrounded that people love you, that people wants to best for you, obviously, and you want to grow with them, learn from them and everything. So Neil Jahani, Aaron Weiss, and the entire team are so much fun. And the concept is a membership club. People sometimes, it took a long time for people to believe that in actually Miami, we're going to have a sort of a club like that. And I tell you what, it was great because when you and I spoke, we were really having an amazing conversation. He got bit by the bug of racing. Yeah. That bug is actually awesome, by the way, because it's all about performance, obviously, excellence, but also you want to have a good time. Mm-hmm. And I mean you're speaking my language basically, because this is what I've been doing my entire life. So having them at Miami, which is an incredible place, by the way, in Florida, right there in a place that you can, the airport is right there. You can fly your plane or and you can actually walk just down the street and be in the racetrack.
From the time you land to the time you're behind the wheel of the car is like a half hour max.
Which not
right?
only
it's
that,
amazing.
it's not only a racetrack, Neil, Aaron, and the entire team spend so much time, to have this track, not FIA approved, but technology, everything it's by lights anymore. We don't have, flagman out there. We have an incredible system. When I say we, it's because I feel like part of the beginning.
Oh, number 4.
Number 4, exactly. And it was so cool to be part of this project. that Neil Visions was all about, and his team trilogy. So when you combine all these incredible elements, it's just like a chef, you know, when you start doing that amazing recipe, and without vision you wouldn't be able to do it. So super fortunate to be surrounded by this amazing group of people, and not only that, now you have in the members, which on top of that, also very successful business people, successful businesswomen. Everyone, it's actually bring their family, which becomes, again, remember what I said about being surrounded by a great group of people? That's exactly the same concept of the Concourse Club. So, which is fun. Yes, when you put the helmet on, everybody's competitive. Yeah, forget about it. But out there, it's a different way of competition. We're trying to be the healthy way to make yourself better, and but also have a good time. And yes, the time for me was perfect because my career, it's always gonna come like this, but then it comes to a point that was natural in life. You start like thinking, what's next? And I wanna be in a place that I feel great, and the Concourse Club is the perfect place.
What else can we expect over the next few years from Mr. Castroneves?
Well, you know, a lot of people, it's funny because how things go. A lot of people say, oh, it's getting old or age. Age for me, it depends of the person. Right now, I love what I do. I love racing, and I feel young. I don't feel anything. Actually, I feel better driver than actually before. And if you see now who is battling for the championship in IndyCar, it's the most experienced guys, right? Yeah. So age, it's just a number, and that's why I want to continue going. I want to really help myself and Simon to put, you know, a statement that we already did, but we want to continue be more consistent up front with MSR, and I feel we can. So next year we're going to continue going. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but I'm also going to do the IMSA sports car program, which is the Daytona, Sebring, and the Petit. I can't wait to drive that LMDH car. Oh, I'm like, you know, my hand's on fire right now. Yeah. But you know, I'm also want to give another win to Mike because he deserved it. He deserved a better result that we had this year. Fortunately, it wasn't the way we thought it was going to be, but we feel a great future ahead of us.
Well, I know that, and count me among them, I know there's an awful large group of people that want to see Spider-Man climbing the fence at Indy one more time.